What's up everybody, Anthony with Wake Makers, and you dinged your board. Bummer. Happens actually all the time. So nothing to worry about though. It is actually something you can completely repair at home without the use of really any special tools, and we're gonna show you how. So we'll be using a handful of tools today, which we'll have listed in the description below on what we use, but the main one you're gonna want is Solarez. This is great because it's designed for surfboards and the core that they use. It also has a UV cure, so you put it out in the sun, cures to be a watertight seal on the board, and then you can actually sand it down to be nice and smooth for later on. You can even paint it if you wanted to. So we have some cleanup work to do on this ding on the nose of the board. Ideally, we wanna get rid of any kind of soft or mushy fiberglass, as well as if there's any spider cracking in there, because we don't want the epoxy to try and fill in there. We want to peel all that back so it's a nice even layer for the epoxy to bond to. So our Solarez kit comes with this little sanding block inside where it's got 80 grit or 60 grit and then softer grit on the other side to help with just the finishing touches on the ding. What we're trying to do is get all this like leftover kind of graphic bits out of that corner so that when we go to spread the epoxy on, we'll get a nice even coat and it'll look just as new. So now that we've chipped away that outer kind of graphic area, we can see what's going on with the core and the fiberglass on there. And when we just give a nice good run through around it, we don't have any soft spots, so we're good to start putting the epoxy on. Then we'll put it outside, and the magic of editing, we'll show you what it looks like. So you can use a putty knife to help smooth things out to get a nice even finish, or a popsicle stick if you got something like that. We just had this plastic one because we're probably gonna ditch it anyway, so we'll use that. You can also aid in the curing process by using some plastic film when you go to put it over the top. This will help give it a glossy finish when you put it out in the sun. Right on. So we'll bring this guy out into the balmy, sunny weather of Oregon. Alrighty then, finally done curing. Let's get back to the studio. Cool, so now that we've taken everything off, it's actually watertight now, so if we wanted to go to the lake, we could. But being that this is something where we wanna get rid of some of these imperfections and bubbled areas, we're just gonna sand that down, get it nice and flat. If this was something that was maybe on the bottom of the board or the rail or side of the board, that could impact how the board rides in the water. So something like that, you would definitely wanna be sanding this down, getting it nice and even and back to almost factory condition. Right on, so once you get your repair sanded down to your liking, really if you wanted to, you could paint it. Nail polish works really good and doesn't come off. Or you could just leave it as is, slap the fin on it, and go back to the lake.